Go.
We're at the Coachella Valley Museum and Cultural Center.
One more time.
We're at the Coachella Valley Museum and Cultural Center.
Of course, when the Smiley's in top, she's going to show you the inside, and then
Okay.
I'll show you the outside. You can tell us how much time you have and how much you want to see.
Sure.
Come right in.
Thank you.
Hi. Hi. His house. I don't know if they told you this or
Oh,
not.
no.
Okay, it was built in 1926, and he was a medical doctor, and he was going from the Midwest to the Pacific Ocean. His car broke down in India. I wouldn't have stayed. They fell in love with the area. I mean, we're talking pre-electricity, a lot of air places, now air conditioning didn't exist. He and his wife had this house built. It's made out of adobe, very sturdy, very big for the time. It's 3,500 square feet. This was his medical office right here. This was his reception. This was his medical office, okay? They lived here about 20 years. After that, Dr. Tyler moved in. He was a dentist, and he lived here for about 20 years with 3 children. So they changed the inside because he had to have a bedroom for his children. Very abbreviated, quick.
Sure.
I don't know if you want me to talk or you just want to take pictures.
Do you have questions?
Got any questions?
Do you have any questions?
So is the city Indio named after any of them?
Indio, it goes back to, this was Indian Wells first, it was called Indian Wells because we were over water. Indio stands kind of for the people, the Native Americans, the Indio. If you look up the word Indio, you need to look that up online and see what it means, okay? If you look at this over here, if you drive around the area, you'll see this water line on the, okay, if you were here 20,000 years ago, or a million years ago, you'd be underwater. This is part of the ocean. So we have seashells all around our desert. Some of them are like this one. That's an ancient seashell. Hold it, babe. Pick it up. It's a fossil, and you're holding something probably a million years old. Who knows for sure?
No, you will have to take the mittens.
Well, actually, the Delta Basin that is between the Salton Sea and the Gulf of California, that was about thousands of years. We don't know for how long exactly. But it did keep it back. We're called the Kauaian. See the picture up here? This village was excavated across the railroad tracks in North Indio. And we have some remnants of what they did because of the heat of the ground. Their feet were tough, but it gets very hot in the summer, our ground temperature. There's some little, they lived in what are called quiches. Those are the homes. And this is how they lived. The men and women have very, and for the next few years, your school now with your dad would be to run, jump, throw rocks, do races, jump off ledges, and become the fastest boy in the village, and to learn to throw this like this. Very, very fast. To hit a rabbit, you have to get down very low because it's a rabbit stick. You need to knock a rabbit over with it. You probably wouldn't kill it. You would go and kill a rabbit with yourself and bring it in your mom to make it into a rabbit. Again, okay, you could pick it up. Used to be on a rabbit. After you caught the rabbit, your sister, probably if you had a sister, would skin that. She'd get the food out, everything out of it, and they would use this for lots of things.
Very cool.
Yeah, lots of stuff around here that you can take a look at. Baskets, they were. This is a basement. It's very, very rare in the desert because our aquifer is very high. The water table is so high. So you're part of the animal family. We all are. So you would go underground to sleep.
In the winter?
In the summer. Did I say it backwards? I meant summer. Okay. We had a Christmas party at our house last night, and I didn't go to bed till 3, so I could just be talking backwards. You never know. This is our agriculture room, and it kind of explains the next development. The miners came through. The Queens learned Spanish, and they learned English from the Padres, and then they learned the miners and the map makers. The next thing that changed, I always say the feed, seed, hay, and grain store. This is one of their great-great-granddaughters actually is one of our docents. Need to be very sturdy. 50th anniversary of the museum. As 50 years ago today from now. So this is stuff that if you're my age, you can walk around and. So what grade are you going to be in second? This is our 50 years ago. Setting share.
Does this work?
It doesn't plug in, yeah, but it's not plugged in, so, okay, it does work, yeah.
The what?
You can scratch it on it. Yeah, it runs it. Yeah.
The what?
Really horrible sound.
Yeah.
Don't we have this up there?
What?
In 60, Indio High opened. My husband was the first graduating class of Indio. It happens about the 18th through the 24th of February. And it's kind of our sound of music, yeah, that came out 50 years ago. So up here is what India looked like in the early 1900s. It was kind of the hub of the valley then, this mural. You'll find that around town on what it looked like. This is sort of dedicated to the Southern Pacific Railroad, the people. So a lot of it had to do with them being so helpful. This is an actual ancient loud whistles, okay? And you jump in your horse and wagon with your fire equipment, and you grab the globe. It's like the grandmother of a fire extinguisher. You threw it at the base of the fire and it put it out. But they're filled up. They didn't have computers. They didn't have cell phones. They had to talk to the engineer, to the guy with this. Yeah, this is for the train, to oil the wheels, to oil the tires. Okay, so this is our railroad room, and I'm giving you a very abbreviated talk on this. It's very similar to the Spanies obviously had sure she had a maid, okay? No children. This was an ice box. An ice box works like this. Ice goes in this side like in an ice chest to get it go to a game. I'm making with sawdust around it, so if it melted, it didn't stick together.
And what are the numbers?
That told how many pounds your mom or dad wanted of ice. So they put it in their front window, and then he would pick up the box of ice to put that many pounds in here, put it in there, shut the door, and it would leave your mom or dad additionally assigned these the money for last week's and ask for more. Later, it was done for the dairy, and it was done with trucks, okay? And eggs, no, I'm gonna hold it. See it? Your mom can get it. If she had, and a lot of times people had 12 kids. On Monday, your mom would get up, because Monday was wash day. Send them to school, take care of the babies, take care of the house, and then she'd gather all of the water, wash it with the scrub board, rinse it out, pump more water, rinse it. We think you can't talk. That's all it means. They changed the name because we make fun of people with handicaps, we just do. And when you can't talk, when you do try to talk, it sounds very funny. So people made a lot of fun, like Helen Keller, who you'll read about in school in 2 years, because they couldn't talk right. So I might say, take this to the table, it's full of cream, and I want you to churn something. What would you be churning? Take it, try it. Take hold of it, then you gotta hold it, baby. You gotta hold this. I'm gonna unchurn it. Turn it. Okay, what do you think you're turning? Out of cream. What are you gonna make for dinner? It's gonna go on the bread.
Butter?
Yep, you're making butter. You wanna try it? Turn it hard. Okay, now, does that look like fun?
Yeah.
It takes about an hour and a half. There's no TV, there's no video games. You're sitting at the table, you're turning. Pretty soon you're like, I don't wanna do this anymore, okay? Yeah. And your grandma or mom would have an electric mixer or a food processor. But who was doing the work, the electricity or your mom?
Your mom.
Your mom. So people worked a lot harder. They just worked harder. They bring a pot in here. I don't know what that is. And he could put water in the doctor and have it all day, or you could make stew or soup or whatever, and it would stay hot all day with the electricity. And it wouldn't use up, what is that? It wouldn't use up their gas because they use propane. This is a what? What do you think? There's something on here. You put it on here, you can toast it. It's a toaster. You would make toast on it, okay? You can still buy these in the camping stores. Down here. Over here we have other tools. This is just something that's kind of fun. I'll show you quick. I always tell people we made a good paddle, paddle. But what do you suppose they pressed in there? It's a spice. I think it's a spice. Makes Italian food good. You have an idea? For sure, but I think it came around a large block like that. The smaller ice block rained, which was very fancy, so it rained to be outside.
Oh, cool.
So they didn't have Eileen's wife's area that she planted a lot of flowers that she got from other areas on the train. And at night, women would hang out here and would socialize, and the men would be out on the grass. No, here, no, this. Push it hard, push it hard. Yeah, you stand on your tiptoes, stand on your tiptoes. Jump. You gotta hit it. Try it again. Jump. You can do it. Oh, good. Okay. Can I lift you? Can I lift you? Okay, you're gonna push this like this and drop it. Take it and drop it. Drop it.
Throw
Let
it.
it go. Go hard. That was for the doctor. If he was asleep in the back. Oh, yeah. This was Bill. Okay. Lift it back and throw it. Not bad.